Hi everybody, welcome back to the SHiNE Dance Fitness YouTube channel. I am so excited you are here and I'm very excited about today's content that we're going to be sharing with you. So you know that when you come here you dance a lot, but one of the other things that we've been doing is showing you ways or having conversations about thriving, not just on the dance floor, but off the dance floor as well. And one of the things that we love about SHiNE is connection, and we're always looking for ways to connect with our members, with you, and so that's what we're going to share today with you guys. We have, as you know, YouTube. You can dance with us. If you want to take it to that next step, that next level, we have memberships where you can dance, enjoy classes with instructors, constant new classes all the time, with cueing, with tutorials. There's a lot of stuff, and there's a link in the comments with more information that you can check out. One of the things that we love to do to connect with our online members is to offer a Zoom call and spotlight one of those online students and learn from them. This one was a really fun call. They're all fabulous, and you might even see more of these down the road, but because we don't want to keep it for ourselves, we want to share. Who you're going to hear from today is Nan. She's going to share a little bit her story. I don't care where you are on the spectrum on age, this is going to be an inspiration to you. You're going to enjoy it thoroughly and you're going to fall in love with Nan. I just know it. She's a hoot. So she's going to share with us just how to age in an have an active lifestyle and age in a positive way. And so we're going to learn a lot from her. And then when you are done listening to Nan, I will be kind of hanging out afterwards, and I'm going to share with you some of the things that I do myself just to stay active as I age. I'm going to be the big 5-0 in December, and I'm really very committed to being very disciplined when it comes to my body and ways that I can protect it so that I can dance forever and ever. So I'm excited to share that with you when you are done listening to Nan. Enjoy, you guys. And then some of my favorite takeaways we can talk about when you're done watching Nan.
Welcome everybody, I'm Erin. This is our June Sip and Shine call, and I am really excited to introduce you to SHiNE online member Nan Salo from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. She is 79 years young, and she shines nearly every morning, and she is such an inspiration to us all. So we've asked her to come here today to talk to us about adopting healthy habits that lead to longevity. We can all learn from Nan. She is an amazing woman, and we are so excited and so grateful to you for sharing your time with us. So I just thought I'd ask you some questions, and we'll just start generally. Nan, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your background?
Okay. My name is Nan Solo, and I'll be 80 in February. I taught 4th and 5th grade for 35 years and loved it, and loved being an elementary school teacher. I grew active in my 20s, but it was just like tennis and aerobics. It wasn't, but originally when I started to become active, it was originally to lose weight, to be smaller. And as I've gotten older, it's morphed into staying healthy and strong. After retirement, which was a little over 10 years ago, I began to exercise daily. Figured after retirement, my job was to keep myself strong and healthy. I've had major knee challenges, surgeries in both knees, one broken kneecap, and the more prominent challenge I had was that I had a stroke in 2017, which baffled the doctors because I am fit and strong and I ate well and didn't have any factors other than, he said, you're a woman in the mid 70s and this is kind of the sweet spot. So, but because I was fit and strong, I was able to rehab and come back to strength and gratefulness for having made some really good decisions. When I was permitted to go back to the gym, I was only permitted to walk around the track. I wasn't allowed to go into the rooms where people danced. And I went and cried to my my physical therapist who had worked with me before. And I said, I want to go in there and dance. And she made me wait a little bit. And she said, just go in there and march. Go stand in the back listen to the music, let it fill you, and march. And that's a real good point that I'm going to bring up later in terms of modification to suit what your needs are. COVID cramped my style completely. And then through Hunt and Peck and YouTube, and I looked around to all their places. And as soon as I found SHiNE, it was just, I knew it was the right thing for me. And I was reluctant to sign up for membership, but Kendall, at the end of a class one day, she said something about, oh, it's we're going to do a half off month. And I thought, okay, I'll try it for $5 a month or whatever it was, $6 a month. And I have been hooked ever since. And I am delighted and thrilled and grateful to have found SHiNE. It's perfect for me, makes me happy. Do you want me to keep going or want to ask questions?
Well, you're welcome to keep going.
Okay. Well,
I know I could just listen forever. I'm just hanging on every word.
Okay, well, I'm going to share a lot about my life along with some advice that you might find helpful. You've all probably heard the saying that getting older is not for sissies. Mm-hmm. Oh boy, is that right? Mm. However, I view it now as a privilege because not everybody gets to grow older. You are charged with the responsibility of taking the best care of this vessel you have and adapting to your ever-changing needs. And SHiNE helps me do that. You asked me about what my motivations were.
Yeah.
And I am by nature a determined and motivated person. So once I hook onto something, I get a little anal or,
intense or
yes, intense. But personally, I need a schedule and a feeling of accomplishment. So daily exercise works for me. And by experience, I learned that a healthy body heals better and that you never know what's around the corner for you. And staying strong and healthy is such and off the damn couch. It's so important. I mean, I do go on the damn couch after I've done all my stuff, and I sit on the couch and I read and I relax, and I'm always very happy to do that. But if you're strong, you can face the challenges that come your way much better. The other question you asked me about was about my fitness regimen.
Right.
And I used to exercise after work at the gym. In the summer, I would do every day, but when I was teaching, I would do at the end of the school day. And I had a friend with whom I exercised, and we would leave school with our stuff in our back seats and sometimes talk on the phone on the way. And by the time we got closer and closer and closer, we had basically talked ourselves out of it. We had decided that it was too late. We were too tired. So for me to get up in the morning, to do what I need to do, I have the whole day for fun or appointments or being lazy or spending time with friends. I have the whole day because I've done it, and I haven't allowed myself the time to procrastinate because I do it like that. While my husband's having breakfast, I'm dancing in the living room. And
you said nearly every day, right?
Well, here's how I've changed at this point. I did it every day. And then in the nice weather, I would also walk 5 miles. And just recently, again, modify, do what you need to do, accommodate. I have found that to be probably a little over the top for me. And that's difficult for me because I don't say no. I mean, I just go. And now what I've chosen to do for about the last month is I do one or the other. Like this morning, I took a 5-mile walk. Yesterday, I took a 5-mile walk. The day before, I did SHiNE. So I'm not doing both every day. I think it's a little hard on my knees.
Yeah.
So, and it did take me a while to learn not to be stubborn and to accommodate what I do and how I do it, to modify my moves, which my teachers always help with, and which I do in a different way. Sometimes if you're doing all kinds of crazy things with your arms, I'll just go like that, or, whatever way I need to modify. And I've really learned to respect the changing needs of my body. You start thinking about what you used to be able to do 5 years ago or 10 years ago, and you just can't. If you want to continue exercising and leading a healthy lifestyle, you have got to listen to your body, because if you don't, it just cries louder, screams louder until you're forced to pay attention to it. And by then it's a bigger problem. Nan advice, because that was another thing that you asked about. Eat 3 meals a day, eat well, but enjoy treating yourselves. I have an M&M peanut love, but I eat healthy, whole, good foods, and I eat 3 meals a day. And I don't, when I was younger, I would occasionally skip meals. I'd skip breakfast, or I'd skip lunch, or I'd just have a bite of this, but protein at all the meals, and just take care of your body. It's the only one you have. Avoid eating late at night if you can, because that's also hard on your body. And hydrate. Drink as much water as you can stand. And the thing I love about being at on SHiNE is that if nature calls, I could just stop it and go answer nature, and then come back. And I'm because in the gym that was more problematic. Sometimes the ladies' room was around and over and behind, and by the time I got back, I'd already missed 2 numbers, and it aggravated me. So this is nice. Can also take a load of laundry out, or do all that kind of stuff. The other piece of advice I'd give is be consistent if you can. Pick a time of day that works for you and do it. I'm an early bird because that's how I'm wired, but also because of teaching for 35 years and having to get up early. I'm early. My brain is good. My body is good at that time. And it just goes downhill as the day goes on, taking a little nap. It's when my body has the most energy. Another piece of advice is find a form of exercise that you like, that you love, that you enjoy. SHiNE fits the bill for me, obviously. And within whatever you find, avoid overdoing. Listen to your body. As I said before, if you don't listen to it, it'll scream louder, and then you have to. So if you can't jump, you step. If you can't dance, you march. If you can't do a whole class, you do a half a class, whatever, but find what works for you. We used to have a saying at the school where I taught, which is childhood is a journey, not a race. And it's the same with exercise and getting fit. It's a journey. It's not a race. Nobody's looking. You're the one that's in charge of how well you do. One of my biggest points, which I've made before too in this little talk, is modify. You just have got to modify. Sometimes I get swept along with an activity. I mean, there's always somebody in class that has been labeled a person who is showing the modifications, but you learn pretty quickly what you can do and what you can't do, and how to do jumping jacks without jumping, and how to squat without going down too far, and how to use the wall when you're doing push-ups. Acknowledge and celebrate and focus on what you can do at any time. That I start feeling bad about not being able to do this, or not being able to do that, or not being able to be as articulate, or not be able to read as complicated a book, or not be able to do something, I just stop myself and say, this is what you can do. And bravo, because a lot of people can't. Do what you can do as you age. And as Kendall says, Do you?
All right, wasn't Nan amazing? I know you probably fell in love with her. She's the coolest. Gave us so many like little nuggets of wisdom, maybe stuff you already know, but just to hear it, it is just so powerful. And one of my favorite takeaways that she shared is not working out for the bod or the calories being burned. It's now, you know, her focus is laying a strong foundation, because here's the deal. We are all aging, and with age comes unpredictable things like a stroke, like a heart issue, injuries. And if we have that strong foundation, we can have that faster recovery, and we can be stronger and get ourselves out of those situations, maybe even avoid them if we have a really active lifestyle. So I loved that. And now I said I would tell you and share with you a couple things that I do regularly. One of the things that I struggled with for a really long time, number one, is getting a massage. I always just felt like that was something that was kind of frivolous or just kind of pampering. But I know for a fact, if I am consistent and I do at least once a month, I go to a physical therapist type of massage person, because they know, and I go to the same one. So I feel like it's really important to find a really good massage therapist. And like I said, if you go to the same one, they really get to start to understand your body and know those areas that you need to have special attention, and they can have that baseline and then know when your body is out of whack. So I know it seems like a splurge, but truthfully, I believe it's like insurance. And if you can find a really good physical therapist type massage person, that is the best. Therapeutic massage. Shout out to Manny. He is amazing. He used to live here. He moved to Arizona, and he comes up once a month. And all of us, there's a ton of us that are here at SHiNE that go to him. He is amazing. So if everybody could find a Manny, that would be amazing. For some of you guys, I don't do the chiropractic on a regular basis, but I think chiropractic, I think physical therapy, being in tune with your body, getting ahead of it, don't let things fester and get really, really bad. I think getting ahead of it is so important. So using those resources is key. Something that you can do in your home. I love to do the Epsom salt bath. So Dr. Teal's, there's those baths, there's the bubble bath. I love to soak in that after I work out, and that is just good for the soul. Part of the maintenance that we do is not only just physically, but for our soul too. So that takes care of both. I feel like that Epsom salt is good for my muscles, and it is a great way for me to unwind and have some quiet time. So take baths. If you have a bath, take one and use the Epsom salt. The other thing that I love to do, you hear about stretching, and we all need to stretch, but this takes it to a whole other level. So I was like hesitant to like get here and like show you stretches, because I know it's gonna look weird. But it's amazing. Like if you just lay on your back and then you take a band like this, just that small amount of tension allows you to get so much more range of motion. And you just have to be really, really gentle, and then you can take it out to the side. There's a lot that you can do with the bands, and instead of me showing you all these wacky different positions I can get into stretch, you should definitely check out other YouTube channels that talk about stretching with a band. So that brings me to my next topic. There is a awesome resource here on YouTube. So if you search physical therapist Bob and Brad, they have oodles and oodles of videos to point you in directions on, you know, how to take care of your body. They sent me this and just to check out, and I am sharing this with you just for the pure sake of sharing it with you, because it is one of the things that I use all the time. This is the gun that I had and have, and it's always going to be my favorite, because sentimentally my son gave it to me, and so for Christmas, and so I love this gun. But I was kind of impressed as I compared the two. There are so many massage guns out there, it's like overwhelming. If you want, like, I can definitely tell you this is super good quality, and you will love this. It is kind of night and day, to be honest, the differences between the two. Just the pure size, I just like the compactness of this. It just feels so much more sturdy. Why I use this, the vibration in it is so powerful. I feel like it breaks down that fascia, you know, that binding of our, and a lot of times that's why we get some of these like knots And I feel like there's nothing that my husband could do. Like I always am asking him to help me out, but him like massaging there, it's different if you have actually this massage gun on there. That vibration, it's almost like it's breaking things up. It's important to be gentle, not to like be forceful on it. So I just use it all the time, like watching TV, and that's the other thing, it's not very loud, using it along my IT band. I love it. My hip, I still have issues with my hip. I have issues in my neck, and then on my back. It's sometimes hard to get back here, but it's so nice for my husband. Probably likes it not to have to massage, but literally just holds it there on that spot that really bothers me. You have, sometimes those back flare-ups that happen, or an injury that just kind of flares up. If I use this quick and on it, it will like get it from festering and making it worse. So I love a massage gun and use it regularly. Okay, the other thing that I love to use is this. Oh, you guys, this is so important. And it's important to get one of these that is like this foam roller that is extra long. I know they have little ones, but splurge and get the longer one. I like to lay on this on my back so that my spine is laying right here, and just kind of relax and then roll. The thing about using a roller is that you can't worry about what you look like using it. You gotta kind of figure out the spots that you need to roll out. The most like obvious that I love to use, again, I think I'm not alone when I say this gets really tight. And when this is tight, it affects our knees. So if you have knee issues, it's really a good exercise to get used to rolling out this side of your leg. So without looking completely weird, and again, I almost feel like you guys, there's plenty of stuff on YouTube. Look on ways to use a roller, because I'm gonna look ridiculous. But, and always there's one side that's less awkward, but this is my left. Wait, no, this is my right side. Why does it feel awkward? So anyway, you just kind of feel like it's on the side, that IT band. And I don't know, you guys, I just know what feels good. So just rolling that like that all the way down the side. And you just kind of do what feels good. Sometimes my hip bothers me, so I find myself just finding those locations. Sometimes it's my glutes, and you just kind of roll around until you find the spot that, okay, that gives me some relief. But again, I get into some crazy positions on this thing, but just slow down, spend some time with it, but you will feel some serious relief. And just if you do those IT bands, that tension that just would take away even from the lower back, your knees, it is really, really great. So you guys, those are the things I do. Massage, Epsom salt bath, stretching, get more out of your stretch with the band. And again, look for different options on YouTube on how to stretch with a band, massage gun, and then the foam roller. So those are my favorite things. And you guys, getting good sleep is always so important. So that is it. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope, I would be curious to know what are some of the things that you guys do to keep that body, that maintenance of that body going so that you can dance forever. Tell us in the comments below what you do. We could all learn from one another. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next week. Next week, we'll probably most likely be dancing. Stay tuned, set your notification. And again, we'd love to hear from you. If you haven't subscribed, definitely do that. Okay, bye guys.